Hello, thank you for dropping by. I am Abhinav. I am a media and international conflict student at University College Dublin. I'm coming to you straight from Ireland. Um, no nonsense, straight to the point. I'm here to talk about Indian farmer protests. Now, Indian farmer protests are no longer an internal issue. Sorry about that. Since November 2020, these protests are irregular visitors on the Western media out front, but since January 2021, it's not the case. It just exploded. I can safely say that these protests made their way into my academic territory, which is media and international conflict. Um, the media, Western media especially, has presented me with a liberal standpoint, but I can say that I fail to understand a conservative standpoint, um, especially Indian international conservative standpoint. So I have invited Mr. Prince Singh, who is a member of BJP, to guide me through this element. So be my guest, and together, perhaps we will understand IICSP, which is Indian International Conservative Standpoint. So, can you please tell us a little about yourself?
My name is Prince Kumar Singh, and I'm a strong supporter of Bharatiya Janata Party, that is BJP in India.
Yeah.
And I worked with a political advisor with some ministers in India who belongs to our BJP party. And I'm active member of IT Cell BJP. And right now I'm working with BJP Overseas Friend of BJP Ireland. So I'm the core committee in working committee of BJP Ireland.
Oh, it's amazing. So, okay, I'm here to understand the Indian international conservative standpoint on Indian farmer protests.
Yeah,
So, I would like to ask you a few questions about it. Um, if you're comfortable with it, let's
sure,
start
sure.
with
You can ask him.
Okay. So in the month of September 2020, the government has passed three agricultural laws,
Yeah.
which was sort of the biggest reforms to farming in India for decades. So can you please tell us what they are in a brief account?
Yep. So if you're talking about the recent farm bill, it's like a very good for our farmers. And the three farm bill which the recently Indian government passed, the first one is the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitates Act 2020. It will give a farmers to do business in and intrastate. They can sell their products anywhere in the all over the India, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and Gujarat to Sikkim, anywhere. Earlier, it was not possible. The second one is Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Service Act 2020, in which the farmers can do contract farming.
Okay.
And contract farming helps a lot to our farmers. Earlier, lots of private companies, they want to do contract farming in India, but this law was not there.
Okay.
So the private companies, they go to the private vendors, those who taking the seeds and grains from the farmers and selling the grains to the corporates at a very largest and biggest price.
Okay.
But now the government introduced this system so that the farmers can sell their products directly to the corporates, and they will get more and more benefits from this. So this is a very good bill, I think. And the third one is essential commodities. It means earlier India is still facing a problem, like we are having a very less storage system.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
True.
because of this, the wastage of grains and food products are happening in our country. But right now, according to this bill gives you right to you can preserve the goods
Okay.
and grains, especially and there is a list of grains in this act. But this act will not be applicable in the case of war and pandemic,
Okay.
because at the time of war and pandemic, those who are stockers, they can increase the price of that grains. So
True.
at that time, the government imposed a law that you cannot hold this grains at the time of war and pandemic.
Pandemic.
So
Yeah.
this is also good. It will improve our storage system,
Okay.
and we can introduce a new method that how we can conserve our food grains. So this is a very good. So this is the latest three farm bill passed by the Indian government.
Uh, Thank you for that. Um, so, what is it that farmers are opposing in this bill? What is driving them to carry out these protests as a whole?
To be honest, right now the farmers are still confused, and they are not confused. They are mobilized by some opposition party and the middlemen in the agri farm business in India. Because this, if this bill will come in the power, the middlemen will finish out from the system,
Okay.
and the farmer will be more benefited from this bill. So many opposition party in India like Congress, left, they all are seeking, looking for their own benefit. Still
Okay.
farmer, they don't know about the bill. They don't know anything about bill, what is in the bill.
Okay.
Earlier they were, the Congress party is leading them that there is no MSP, 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 but our honorable Prime Minister of India, he stand in the parliament and he told that MSP is still there.
Okay.
So still they are confused, and they are not farmers. To be honest, those who are protesting, they are like, all the political volunteers. They are searching their political ground right now in India.
Okay. So you're telling me that this this uh, this protests are concentrated to a limited set of people with political agenda. Is that
Definitely,
true?
because
Uh,
most of the political leaders are standing behind the protest.
okay.
If you'll go to the where the protest is going, and if you ask with the farmers that what is the recent farm bill, they are unaware about this. They don't know.
Okay.
Only, okay, we don't want. Why? We don't know. Only one answer.
Oh,
We don't want this bill. But why? We don't know.
okay. So why isn't there a ripple effect across the country? Like, why is this effect concentrated to certain parts of India? Like, why are farmers from Punjab, Haryana, and Uttar Pradesh trying to repel these reforms?
Well,
And why is it specifically concentrated? Yeah.
not whole Uttar Pradesh. Only a certain part of Uttar Pradesh, which area related nearby the borders shared by Haryana, and that area only, the
Okay.
Gazipur area and all.
Okay.
And Punjab is ruled by Congress. And most of the
Okay.
people who stay away from Punjab, they are right now they are not Indian citizen. Those who are
Okay.
staying in Canada, Australia, UK, United States, entire Europe, they are sitting over there that we are opposing this bill. Who are you? We are just
Okay.
asking, who are you? Are you a farmer? No, we are not farmer. They are coming with the Mercedes and the big cars, and they are opposing this bill. So the Congress is funding this protest. We all know that so many left leaders, left organization, even the Aam Aadmi Party, so many political parties who are those people, those political parties, they don't have any good agenda to overcome the Indian government in the parliament. So they are looking for some bubble matters like how we can counterattack Mr. Modi. So this is not a farmer protest. This is a political protest.
So, Haryana is BJP run.
Yeah,
Punjab is, I don't think it's BJP run.
it's a Congress.
It's a Congress
Yeah.
government that's situated at the moment, and now Uttar Pradesh elections are coming up.
Hmm.
Um, so, do you think the ripple effect across the country is not happening because of the farming bills, but it's just happening because of the political agenda that's been played by the Congress government in Punjab and to win elections in Uttar Pradesh? Is it the reason?
Day
You're
by day, though, day by day also, their protests become weak and weaker,
okay?
And the government of India, they open a forum that if you think anything is wrong in this bill, you can come directly and you can tell us that what we need to change in this bill. We are ready to change the bill.
Okay.
We are ready to override whatever you think that is there anything wrong, we can change it. And
Okay.
more than 20 meetings held by our Agriculture Minister of India, Narendra Singh Tomar.
Yeah.
But not even a single farmer leaders, they are not ready to give a single agenda that what they want in this bill.
Okay.
Nothing. 20 meeting, but they are not ready to give a single line that what they want.
All right. So, Indian Supreme Court has suspended this law for 18 months. What do you think the future looks like after 18 months?
It's a big it's a big, big, big loss to the farmer. Like I'm also belongs to a farmer family.
Oh,
We are having
yeah.
a very good farmland in India. So
Okay.
it will cost a lot to us. We are eager for this farm bill that okay, we can directly sell our goods to the corporate.
Crops.
Like so many like rice industries are there, pulses and food
Yeah,
processing units are there. We can contact them for that they can come and visit our land so we can do the contract farming. But because of
true.
this, now we are not able to do. But
Okay.
let's see. I'm hope very soon the Supreme Court will remove this and this will be helpful for our farmers, for me also, for my family also, and it's good for
Okay,
our country
amazing.
also. So lots of food processing unit and the
Yeah.
companies they will go to the India and do contract farming and they can process their food products over there.
Exactly. So, from my understanding, the sort of cornerstone to these laws is the minimum crop pricing, which is also called MSP, but we call it MCP. Um, does MCP doesn't really mean anything for, I mean, from my understanding, MCP doesn't really mean anything for small scale farmers, given the rate of poverty and debt in agricultural sector. And the agricultural sector is tracked with all these cultural reforms not being updated since decades. So, do you think a set of powerful people benefiting from these existing system from this existing system are successfully orchestrating these protests?
If you understand Indian mandi system, the
Yeah,
market system, all
correct.
the political leaders they are holding a position in the mandis, like chairman of this mandi, secretary of this mandi, and they
Yeah,
all are somewhere somehow belongs to a political parties. Especially you can find the Congress and the left, and they are not ready to left that position.
leave
So
it.
this is the position of a middleman.
Okay.
The president of this mandi. Mandi means market. The
Yeah.
president of this market, the secretary
Okay.
of this market, the general secretary of this market. There are several posts, and these people are the deciding factor in the mandis,
Okay.
and they are the middlemen, and they play a very vital role. They
Okay.
they they, they buy the grains at the very low cost, and they used to sell this grains to the directly to the corporate sector, and they are making lots of money without doing anything. So
Okay.
by introducing this law, we the our government, Indian government, eliminating these fringe element from there. You know.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
this and those farmers who are poor, we are already having so many schemes that our farmers, those who are less than 1 acre land, they are getting 4 to 6 thousand rupees directly in their account.
Okay.
So definitely some, the middlemen, the big middlemen who they don't have any farmland, they don't have anything. They are not aware about the farmer's condition. They are just taking and giving. So we are removing them. So
Okay.
it will be help a lot to our farmers to earn more and more money, and it will help them to increase their profits.
Oh, that's nice. So, currently, an estimate of 50% of the total produced just gets wasted, be it lack of freezers and fridges to transport fruits and vegetables, or any other preliminary sources of food. So, do you think these laws help the sector increase efficiency by involving private capital entities, private capital income, so that the food which is going out of the hole is saved and it is efficient enough for the entire population.
If you go through the third act, the Essential Commodities Amendment Act 2020, which I
Okay.
told you earlier, this is for you can stock the food grains.
Okay.
Indian agribusiness is a booming sector, and
Okay.
year by year we are producing a lot. Every year we are in surplus, either in wheat, rice, potatoes, grain, and spices, everything. And our farmers are doing great. From Punjab, every farmers from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, and we are producing everything.
Okay.
So, and right now our storage capacity is not good.
Okay.
We are very, very weak in the storage capacity. We
Yeah.
have only government. government storage system and very less cold storage run by the private. It's a private sector. You can say it's not a big corporates.
Okay.
It's a kind of micro, mini, and small industries. People are running this cold storage, and they are charging a lot for keeping the farmers grain in their cold storage.
Very cool.
So this
Okay.
will help the big warehouse sector. Like if you are in, right now we are in Europe, and we
Yeah.
are seeing that the stocking system in Europe is very good,
Yeah.
especially the warehouse system. So this
Correct.
system helps a lot, especially for a agri-business sector, and it creates a new business sector like warehouse sector. So
Okay.
private players, startup, how they can introduce that in a proper state, that now we are open for a warehouse system, so farmers they can put their grains over there, and we
Okay.
are also we'll stock our grains, and later we can process that grains. So this will be very helpful for a new business sector. It's like we are creating a new business sector in our country, and of course, big um, big businessmen, the big sectors, the corporate sector, as well as our startup, it will helps a lot to increase our economy as well. It will helps our farmers to increase their income.
Okay. So I've come across few articles in New York Times, in the New York Times and the Guardian, about this specific issue of lack of infrastructure in our country by the government uh, in the agricultural sector. But uh, the thing is, it has been projected that Punjab farmers or Haryana farmers are one of the rich, entities, one of the rich farmers in India as a whole. As you when you go to south or maybe the east of India, when you compare them with Punjab farmers are earning a little better than all of India combined. So um, that was one of the perception that Western media has portrayed, and giving this power to a private entity, does this give enough power to the private entity to control the prices, um, maximum selling prices to the consumer as a whole? Do
Well,
they have the control to fluctuate the prices?
Indian government would never allow a monopoly in the agribusiness,
Okay.
and the price fluctuates only when the monopoly is there.
Yeah.
And our the farmers from Kerala, they are earning a lot because
Okay.
they are producing peppers,
Yeah.
cardamom, all the herbs and spices.
Okay.
So this is a very good sector. If we are talking about Punjab and Haryana, it's like a wheat basket.
Okay.
Punjab, the wheat is world class quality you can find in the Punjab, and
Okay.
the farmers of Punjab, they are rich because all the farmers, mostly the farmers. I'm not saying all the farmers. Most of the farmers who are in Punjab, they are having their kind of processing unit also, and
Okay.
and because of this, they are earning a lot,
Okay.
and their land are and the quality of soil is very good in Punjab, and they are producing a lot, and
Okay.
even the government is also supporting a lot. So
Okay.
this is the reason, because of the processing units and all the things, they are making lots of money. If you're talking about the farmers of Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, they are not making lots of money because the industries are less in numbers. So if
Okay.
the industries will be there, the farmer will make more and more money.
Okay.
So, so if we introduce a new business system, like if I'm talking about Bihar or
Yeah.
Odisha or Chhattisgarh, if a big corporate sector introduce their small industries, processing industries over there in Odisha, MP, Chhattisgarh, definitely
Yeah.
the farmers from these states, they will also make lots of money.
Okay. Yeah.
So
True.
this is the agenda behind this, that the farmers all over the India, they will make a good amount of money by selling directly their products to the processing unit or industrialist.
Okay. So, yeah, deviating a little bit from the topic, I want to point out what happened on January 26th, 2021. So, give us an understanding of what exactly happened on 26th of January 2021.
Well, we all know that it's a Republic Day of our country. It's a
Yeah,
very, very, very important day,
true.
you know, where we can show our power to the entire world, that who
Yeah,
we are. And
exactly.
this power is for peace. not for war. We are
Okay.
from India. We never attacked anyone. This is our very precious history.
Yeah.
And it's a very, very important day for every Indian citizen. But some fringe element and some Khalistani people,
Yeah.
they just tried to make some bad impression of our country on that day.
Okay.
And Republic Day violence was a riot. It's not a it's not a protest. It's a violence or riot on it's created by some, the unwanted, unsocial people of our country. They
Okay.
took a permission from the Delhi police that they will do, and they are ready to go a particular, you know, road without creating any problem to the any citizen. But this protest turns into a riots or violence, and they disrespect our Indian flag. They try to burn it, and they are trying to portray a Khalistani flag. It's a separatist movement flag, and
Okay.
and doing these kind of thing, it's a very shameful for us, and we do not want any disrespect to our motherland and our flag. So
Yeah.
they are trying
So
to portray that Indian government is like not doing anything. But it's a
okay.
26th January. Most of our security forces are busy on in the parade at
True.
nearby that India Gate and Rashtrapati Bhavan. So
Yeah.
it's a very shameful act. They need to think about this. These things make them weak. They are protest weak. If you want to present yourself in a good manner, you have to be peaceful. You have to learn something from Mahatma Gandhi.